A very good afternoon to you. I hope your weekend is off to a great start. You're just in time for TV47 news feed with me, Muthoni Minor. To send us your feedback at TV47 Kenya across all social media platforms, with 22047 being our SMS line. Now, starting off, the National Council of Churches, NCCK, has said it is ready to provide psychological help to those who will not win in the various elective seats in the August polls. The group, in partnership with other stakeholders like the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, SUPKEM, Judiciary, National Police, among others, said all politicians are not guaranteed victory, as only one person will be elected in every elective seat. Now, led by Chairperson, Machakos County NCCK, Dr. Edward Zinga, the shareholders urged losers in the August polls to concede defeat and be on the forefront of preaching peace, as these will immediately stabilize the country after the elections.
I can give them to
it has completed the appellate, whatever. Most of the limitations of the law which says that when someone, it's the limitation
wa viti tofauti kuanzia kiti cha MCA, cha member of parliament, women rep, governor na senator. Ikiwa utapoteza kiti uchaguzi ujao, the office of the registrar of political parties is actually monitoring what they are doing, what they say versus what is in the manifesto. So we ask them to keep true to their word, and even after elections, let them, those that shall win, let them keep their word, and those that shall lose, let them be able to concede defeat and reach out even to those that have won. And those who shall win, let them also be able to reach out to those that have lost.
Moving on, a chief who sustained head injuries as he attempted to separate two warring political camps in Ugunja, Siaya County, has been arraigned before Siaya Court and charged with assault and causing bodily harm. East Uholo Location Chief Wilfred Anyiko Otieno was charged alongside Joseph Olunga and George Damar for allegedly committing the offense on 11th July this year at Sigomere Trading Center by causing bodily harm to one Kevin Omondi. They all denied the charges before Siaya resident magistrate Lester Simiyu.
It's Friday, I therefore make the following orders respecting their bond, because they are only suspects in our offense, they've not been convicted, that each of them be released on a bond of Kenya shillings 30,000. We want to warrant in a similar amount for Kenya shillings 20,000 cash bail to be deposited here in Siaya Court and to be dealt after the judge has decided on this issue.
Right now, we are surprised again that the chief is again being held, is taken to custody for performing his duties as the area chief. We are seeing a lot of malice in this. We are seeing mischief. We are seeing bad will. We are seeing some hidden hand somewhere, trying to interfere with the great people of Sigomere.
On to election matters, as Deputy President William Ruto today hosted a delegation of Kenya Kwanza leaders from Kajiado County in Karen, Nairobi. The DP has urged President Uhuru Kenyatta to ensure the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission conducts a free and fair election.
Niwaambie commissioners wa IEBC. The commissioners of IEBC must know that they have a solemn duty to preside over an election. We want the election to be free and fair. As Kenya Kwanza, we are not looking for any favors. We want a credible, free, democratic election in Kenya. Let the will of the people of Kenya prevail. And I want to repeat to my friend, the President of Kenya, Mr. President, please, do not allow this country to go down the drain in your hands. Do not allow the police to be used to manipulate the election, to intimidate the IEBC, to cause confusion, you have a duty as president to ensure that every Kenyan enjoys their constitutional right to vote for whoever they want and to ensure that there is sufficient security for IEBC and for all Kenyans.
Tunataka progress report watuambie upelelezi ambao wamefanya kuhusu Musando miaka 5 iliyopita aliyeuawa kama yule anashikilia teknolojia ya IEBC, bwana DCI, tueleze what is the progress report on the death of Musando before you start telling us other things about IEBC. Tunaelewana hapo?
Kiona sisi tuko hapa, kina Kingi wako hapa, kina Muthure Rigadi wako hapa. William Samoei Ruto will not walk alone. And he's not walking to the future alone because he's carrying the destiny of Kenyans. Na tunataka kuwaomba tuwe na nchi yenye unafurahia kama mwana Kenya, sio kwa sababu ya jina yako, kwa sababu una haki kuwa Mkenya.
Now, local Kamba musicians, together with Azimio team from the region, led by Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana, Dan Manzo and Seth, who is the Kibwezi West constituency ODM candidate, have continued to drum up support for Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga, urging the community to vote for Raila to ensure a better country. Now, the leaders traversed through Malili, Salama, Kasikeu, Sultan Hamud, Imali, Makindu, Kadhonzweni and Wote in Makueni County, persuading voters in large numbers in the August polls.
Kupiga kura tutokee kwa wingi. Maanake kama watu watokei kwa wingi, basi ndio wanachagua ile kiongozi hawezekani. Ndio nasema wakati sasa ni wakati wa baba.
Tumekuja kwa niaba ya baba na mother. Na 2013 si tuliwapa kura. 2017 pia kama ningekula.
Declaration ya kusema Ukambani region yote sasa tunaunga mkono Azimio la umoja, tunamuunga mkono baba Raila Amolo Odinga, na tumesema kwa pamoja na wananchi ya kwamba tutampigia kura tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8.
Still on campaigns, former Petroleum and Mining Cabinet Secretary John Munyes has cautioned Turkana residents against being incited to cause violence. Munyes, while condemning the chaos that rocked Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga's rallies in the county, earlier this week said the residents are responsible for keeping and maintaining peace before, during and after the general election. Munyes has condemned leaders allegedly inciting residents against certain leaders.
We want in the strongest terms possible to condemn any acts of violence, violence during this time of elections. Hatutaki fujo, hatutaki watu walete asara na kupigana wakati wa siasa. Sisi zote ni wa Kenya. Tunataka uchaguzi wa amani. Tunataka zote tuende tupige kura yetu, tuende nyumbani, tuchague ule unataka.
Tufanye mkutano kwa amani, sio kwa damu. Tufanye kwa amani, yule atapata atasaidia wengine. So hiyo ndio kitu sisi tunafuata. So sisi tunatii uongozi wetu. Sijui watu wengine wanatii nani.
On to peace calls in the coastal region as a youth group in Mombasa dubbed Royal Youth Entertainment has launched an initiative to rally the young people in promoting peace ahead of the August general election. The group has been staging drama, poetry recitals and songs on peace in markets and other social places to educate and caution young people against being used as instruments for violence during the electioneering period. The youth group contends that the general election should not be used to cause violence and every citizen should be allowed to exercise their democratic right to vote for leaders whom they want. The youth group has urged leaders to desist from inciting the youth but instead promote peaceful coexistence among people.
Ilikuwa ni kukab drugs na crimes zenye zinafanyika. Tunahusisha vijana kote kote Mombasani kwa sababu tumejua kwa wakati wa elections vijana ndio wanatumikanga sana na viongozi kuleta vurugu.
Kama tunavyoangalia wengi ambao targeted sana ni youth, na kwa njia moja au nyingine wanatumika kwa kufanya usasi ama kuvuruga amani wakati wa mikutano ya kura. Muhimu ni hiyo, tupunguze na kuwa na amani, nchi yetu isonge mbele.
Na viongozi tunaweza kukaa kwa miaka 4.5, lakini baada inaingia miula mtano inakuwa vurugu. Wamama wanapatiwa pesa kwenda kutukana mama fulani, kwenda kuleta vurugu, kupatiwa madera na kwenda kuleta vurugu, vijana kupatiwa pesa. Kama sasa hivi juzi mimi nimeona katika news, imeniuma sana. Kuna watu wanahusika kwa kuwa na bunduki na bunduki hazijasajiliwa kinyume na sheria na kwenda kupret mbunge fulani kwa sababu anafanya maendeleo fulani, which is very bad. Mimi kama rais wa Mani siwezi kuona vitu kama hivi vikifanyika katika eneo.
Still on the clarion call for peace, Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i has met with county commissioners and chiefs from the Kisii community. CS Matiang'i has assured the residents of lasting peace before, during and after the election. Chepto Boyd now reports.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i, Principal Secretaries Nelson Marwa and Karanja Kibisho have met with county commissioners and chiefs in Kitui, Masaba, Nyamira County ahead of the August 9th election.
Kama hapa Nyamira leo, both the peers and myself are here and we don't meet the chiefs, and ni watu tunafanya kazi nao. Na tukikutana nao wanalalamika, sijui tumefanya nini. Ni kazi tunapanga tu, na hiyo kazi tunaipanga kuhakikisha kwamba nchi yetu inakaa kwa amani, watu wetu wanakaa kwa umoja, na tunamaliza hii mambo ya uchaguzi bila shida yoyote.
During the meeting, CS Matiang'i has assured Kenyans of peace before, during and after the elections, further criticizing leaders who are complaining about their security meetings.
We focus on the work that we are given. Kuna wakati mwingine unajua nyinyi mnasikia wananchi tunalaumiwa, hata tunalimwa tukiwa pamoja. Kuna hata wanasiasa wengine nimeona siku hizi hawezi kumaliza speech bila kusema Kibicho na Matiang'i. Yaani ni kama asiposema Kibicho na Matiang'i hata pewa chakula nyumbani akifika. Lazima tafute namna ya kuleta Kibicho na Matiang'i ndani ya speech yake.
PS Kibicho has urged the Kisii nation to vote in leaders who will steer the country forward, further criticizing Deputy President William Ruto, saying he has nothing to offer Kenyans.
Hata ukienda kwa mtihani ni lazima kukuwe na marking scheme. Hiyo marking scheme ni lazima ujiulize working method ni gani ndio upate answer. Na sisi tukiwa civil servants na watoto wenu tuko na jukumu ya kuwaelezea viongozi watachaguliwa tarehe 9 ya August. Ni characteristics gani mtaangalia kwa viongozi?
CS Matiang'i's wife Linet Nyabate later gifted Tombe Girls High School hygiene kits, a move which the students appreciated. Chepto Boyd, TV 47.
Now, Kitui Diocese Catholic Bishop Joseph Kangela has urged politicians across the country to ensure that Kenyans coexist peacefully before, during and after the next general election. Now, Kangela, who was speaking during the first graduation ceremony of Our Lady of Lords Medical College in Mutomo, said that Kenyans should be made to understand that elections come and go, and it's their right to vote in leaders of their choice.
We want Kenyans who are healthy, who are spiritually growing well, who are moving forward to make it a great country. And now as we approach the general elections, which is not very far from now, we thank God for the peace that we experience in our country so far, and urge our leaders to continue their campaigns in a peaceful way, respecting each other, not to use abusive words, not to incite people into violence. Well, let's live as brothers and sisters. But all voters, all Kenyans, let's get out in big numbers to exercise our right of choosing our good leaders. And the ones whom we get, let's also respect the wish of those who have elected. Whoever wins,
let him or her be accepted by all, to continue serving our country so that we can develop our good Kenya being a place where God has put us, and we are all brothers and sisters, and whoever wins will be our leader. Whoever loses, there's another chance. Let's give them a chance to rule. Let's give democracy a chance so that we can be seen as people who are peace-loving children of God.
Moving on, a man was charged at the Milimani court for allegedly impersonating a Kenya Revenue Authority officer and aiding in the illegal moving of assessment raised in the system by the Commissioner of Domestic Taxes for a tax obligation that amounts to at least 97 million Kenya shillings raised for various companies, an act that saw the authority lose a lot of revenue. Dickens Otura Olwala was arraigned before Senior Principal Magistrate Wandia Nyamu and charged with various offences, including unauthorized access to KRA offices and impersonation of KRA staff. Olwala, who was represented by Stanley Kangai, denied the accusations. Senior Principal Magistrate Nyamu ordered that the accused be released on a bond of 2 million Kenya shillings or an alternative cash bail of 800,000 Kenya shillings. The case will be mentioned on the 3rd of August.
Good afternoon.
Now, the launch of Kangela municipality is expected to open and boost more investment opportunities in the county. Head of the municipality, Cyrus Mbisi, and officials from the Council of Governors have applauded the step and asked other counties to emulate the same. Kajiado County Governor Joseph Olelenku said more employment opportunities will open up in Kangela municipality once the launch is completed and will enable residents to venture into many business activities.
I want to say these emerging towns, these emerging municipalities, they need, the management need to be based on a plan, an integrated plan. That should be the vision. That should be spearheaded by the leadership, both at the county level through the governor and also at the municipal level through the management board. So I think they should prioritize the formulation of these plans, and once those plans are formulated, of course the formulation process must involve all stakeholders.
Na kwa hivyo leo tukisherekea Kangela, tumeona kazi nzuri Kajiado municipality hapo Kajiado Central, Ngong municipality hapo Kajiado North. Tumeona kazi nzuri imeleta kwa maendeleo ya wakazi wa sehemu hizo, haswa World Bank na shirika za serikali kuu kama Kenya Urban Roads Authority kwa kujenga infrastructure za kisasa na kuboresha mazingira ya biashara kama masoko.
The aspect of urban areas, which is a further unit of decentralization, has been a challenge, and that is the advocacy that we have been doing as the Council of Governors, together with our partners, the national government, development partners like the World Bank, AFD, and many other development partners who are championing this cause.
Onto the coastal region, as cases of gender-based violence in Lamu County have gradually increased, with statistics showing that a total of 25 cases of rape and defilement are reported every month. More cases being reported in Witu and Hindi wards. Speaking after the opening of a special shelter for gender-based violence victims, Amina Bunu from the county's Ministry of Health argued that the women are now guaranteed of their safety. On the other hand, the Lamu County Women Representative Ruweida Mohammed has warned men who perpetuate such abuses will be dealt with accordingly.
Tuko na facility yenye itahudumia wamama ili wawe safe, wale ambao wamekuwa violated ama the gender based violent cases. Sawa sawa, watoto ili wakiwekwa hapo wako salama.
Sisi hatutaki kusema ati hili jengo linataka tu encourage watu tuwe na wagonjwa wengi. Kitu ni tuanze tunasemaje kwa Kiswahili, kuelimishana, ndio haya mambo ya kome. Maana hili jengo linaweza kutumiwa kwa mambo mengine ya kiafya, lakini hayo ya kome ndio wasichana wapate nafasi ya kwenda shule kusoma.
Hii mjengo utatusaidia, mwanzo watapata medical care haraka ya upesi, first aid na pia counseling, na ingine ni vipi watahifadhi ile ushahidi. Tunawaambia wale wahalifu kwamba hii mradi ukiwa hapa yamaanisha sisi tutatafuta ushahidi tuwafunge. Kwa hivyo wa stop.
Wasione kumejengwa nyumba na wakaendelea kubaka wasichana kutupa kwenye manyasi. Unaona? Hiyo shida pia wao wana shida kubwa sana wasichana. Hindi sehemu sana ni Hindi, Mpeketoni, huku ndani msituni huku wasichana wadogo.
Hii safe house yafaa pia ile mtoto kama anataka kuolewa kulazimishwa kuolewa anaweza kimbia akajificha hapa.
Now, Kitui County is still recording a very low number of residents who have come out to be vaccinated against COVID-19. This has forced the county government to launch a vaccination campaign that targets the adult population. Elizabeth Atieno reports.
Kitui County has vaccinated only 18.2% of its entire population. This is against the county's target of 100%. In a bid to attain this target, the Kitui Referral Hospital has launched a COVID-19 vaccination campaign that seeks to create awareness to area residents on the importance of getting vaccinated.
Vaccination coverage, Kitui County is lagging behind in COVID-19 vaccination with only 18% of its eligible population fully vaccinated. With the availability of vaccines and resources, it is critical for us to scale up vaccination and achieve the target of fully vaccinating at least 50% of our population in Kitui.
Tumekuja hapa ndiposa tuweze kuzindua hii mradi ya vaccination for the next 10 days in Kitui County. Hii ni mradi ambao inaendelea Kitui yote na alafu itaendelea pia Kenya yote kuanzia leo.
The vaccination campaign mainly targets the adult population aged 18 years and above, with Kitui Hospital medical personnel criticizing those spreading myths about the COVID-19 vaccines.
Huenda ikawa utapoteza maisha yako ukipata hii ugonjwa ya corona, lakini ile madhara inakuacha nayo. Corona inakuacha na ugonjwa wa kisukari. It will leave you with diabetes, which you didn't have. It will leave you with some infection of the lungs, with fibrosis, kama huko nazo, ambazo zitakusumbua. Ukikuja hospitali saa yote, manake breathing itakuwa na shida, hata kama utapona.
Kitui County Commissioner Mbogai Rioba flagged off 2 buses that will be used in the vaccination campaign drive.
Let us encourage our community members to continue observing the needs of health guidelines of washing, social distancing and wearing of masks.
As of today, 8.8 million of the country's population has been fully vaccinated. 2.4 million are partially vaccinated from a total of 27 million vaccines received in the country. The counties of Nyeri, Nairobi, Kakamega and Kisumu are leading in the number of vaccinated population. Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for that report. Now on to environmental matters. As a non-governmental organization, NGO, Rainforest Alliance has embarked on a program of popularizing insect rearing as a new lifeline and source of income among youth and women in Embu and Kirinyaga counties, saying that edible insect farming, especially of crickets and black soldier flies, was a rapidly growing enterprise, providing income, affordable protein for human and animal feeds, as well as a means of environmental conservation. Speaking on Thursday in Embu town during a one-day training workshop cum exhibition on insect farming for over 150 youth and women in the county, Susan Kenywa, who is NGO's Mount Kenya Sustainable Landscape and Livelihood Program official, said crickets and black soldier flies rearing had proven to be a viable economic activity as their demands were on on the rise for food.
And youth drawn from various parts of the county, because we want to expose them to technologies that can be turned into viable business enterprises. And we are looking at enterprise development for those who don't have any meaningful or any economic activity that they are currently carrying out, and also an aspect we call livelihood diversification for those who already have other engagement, economic engagements. Our aim is to enhance food security as a household level, and also enhance economic security, because some of these technologies that we are promoting, like black soldier fly and crickets, can be turned into viable economic enterprises.